was born with a naturally sweet scent, but the transfer student claimed it was the smell of cheap perfume, unpleasant and overpowering. My childhood sweetheart beside me immediately darkened his expression and frowned. It really is too strong. Zoe, why don't you switch seats? So I was moved to the back row, right next to the most feared star quarterback in school. Later, the star quarterback pinned me against the hallway wall, inhaling my scent desperately, and my childhood sweetheart caught us. He crushed the soda can in his hand, eyes red, teeth clenched. Zoe, I'm counting to 3. Get your ass over here. Now, I was born with a slow brain. My childhood sweetheart, Ethan, on the other hand, was a straight A student, top of our major. Whenever I couldn't grasp something even after he'd explained it several times, he'd always say, it's okay if you're a little slow. Worst case, I'll just take care of you later. His voice would ring out loud whenever he said this, as if declaring ownership. The whole class would look at us with knowing smiles. I'd feel mortified, my face flushing. Ethan, I can learn it myself. I don't need you to take care of me. Then I'd grab my error notebook and study it over and over on my own. It was hard, but with enough time, I could figure it out. Yet the whole class had already firmly linked Ethan and me together. So when the transfer student, Melissa, appeared, tilted her head proudly, and tapped Ethan's desk, asking if she could sit next to him, everyone stared at me and whispered, look at the way Ethan's looking at her. That's not innocent. Of course he'll agree. She's gorgeous and gets great grades. They even competed together in the math Olympiad. What does Zoe have to compare with her? Poor little childhood sweetheart is about to be dumped. The pen in my hand trembled. I'd clearly reminded Ethan not to reveal our childhood sweetheart relationship after we ended up in the same class. But Ethan was the one who kept binding us together. Yet I was the one being mocked, just because I was slow, while he was an honor student. Beside me, Ethan slammed his desk and stood up, his eyes coldly sweeping across everyone. Anyone got something else to say about Zoe? The room fell instantly silent. Melissa looked displeased and directly straddled his desk. She pressed her knee against his chest, impatient. Ethan, do you want me sitting next to you or not? I'm only asking one more time. If you don't answer, I'm leaving. Look, so many people want to be my desk mate. She lifted her chin toward the boys eyeing her hungrily from around the room. Ethan stared at her long, pale, slender legs for a moment, his throat moving, a smile tugged at his lips. I already have a desk mate. Can't switch, but you can sit at the desk in front of me. I was born with a naturally sweet scent. Ethan always liked to lean close to me. Even during class, he'd rest his head on my shoulder from time to time. My face would burn as I whispered, Ethan, the teacher's right there. He turned around to teach. He'd quickly pull away, acting as if nothing had happened. But after Melissa transferred in, everything changed. She sat at the desk in front, her ponytail pulled high, exposing her long, graceful neck. Ethan would often stare at her in a daze, propping his chin up and spacing out through entire classes. Every time class ended, Melissa would turn around to discuss problems with him. The two would lean in close, and sometimes her long hair would accidentally brush across Ethan's face. On the way home from school, he'd say to me, girls like Melissa are too forward. She thinks she's so pretty she can flirt with any guy. I don't like that. You're more innocent. But when I encountered a difficult problem I couldn't figure out for 2 whole days and nights, when I went to ask Ethan during break, he'd stare distractedly at the empty desk in front of him, pushing me away coldly. You're so slow. It'd probably take all afternoon to teach you. Other people need to ask me questions too. Can't you just look it up on your phone? I'd already tried searching on my phone, but I still couldn't understand it. I pressed my lips together. Ethan, I've been studying this problem for days. If you explain it once, I'll definitely get it. Before I could finish, the person beside me shot out like an arrow from a bow, heading straight for that slender figure in the hallway. Melissa wore a white shirt paired with a pretty pleated skirt. When the wind blew, her skirt would flutter slightly.
Full story in my bio.